you're undocumented and you support Donald Trump.
I support Donald Trump for the economy.
Hispanic and I vote for Mr. Trump. We vote for Mr. Trump. Yes, Mr. Trump. We love you.
A few moments later.
Beyond betrayed. They used us. They actually, during the campaign, and I don't want to make this political, but during the campaign, the elected officials from the Republican Party, they actually told us that he was not going to touch the documented people.
I was convinced that voting for Trump was for the economy or against crime, when in reality I was supporting a man and a movement that dehumanizes people. He basically built his platform on targeting immigrants, spreading hate, and I feel that it would be immoral and inhumane to let a man who is suffering, who is terminally ill, spend what little time he has left in pain and isolation. Please don't let him die in a cell. Please don't let his vital memories be of those of pain and isolation. The American flag stands for compassion, kindness, liberty, and justice for all. We're all human, and today I'm asking for one human act of compassion to please let my dad come home.
Yes, to the lady.
These days it would be for me to say that I wasn't thinking when I voted or that I don't watch the news. I had to ask myself the same question that hundreds of you are asking me, is why did I vote the way I did? I've spent the last few days reflecting, and I feel like I came through some sort of revelation, or like blindfolds were ripped off my eyes. I started seeing things differently. I questioned my beliefs, my choices, and my role in all of it. I started to realize that it wasn't just this one choice I made. It was kind of a accumulation of choices I've been making for years. Like, for example, when I had my first daughter, I never taught her Spanish because I didn't care to have her learn Spanish. And after having my second daughter, I kind of knew that I was a hardworking man. He raised me and my 4 siblings, and now he's fighting for his life in a cell. I'm still fighting with everything I have to see if I can get him released, so that he's able to spend his final days at home surrounded by his family and his children. When I voted for Trump, I supported the very system that allows this kind of cruelty to happen. That is a choice that I have to live with.
Did you see this video where this couple, originally from Argentina, who voted for Trump, are upset that their son, who's a green card holder, is currently being detained by ICE?
Un incidente que terminó siendo un misdemeanor. Cumplió con todos los requisitos, al pie de la letra, entonces se terminó el caso, se cerró, se dismissed. Lo detuvieron en el aeropuerto de LA, lo mandaron a un county jail en North Carolina por 3 días y luego lo movieron aquí a donde estamos ahora.
All right, guys, this is another, F around and find out video. This is about Latinos that voted for Trump. Latinos for Trump. They voted for Trump. They believe on the lies that he told everybody in the United States, because we know that he lied about a whole bunch of stuff. So they believe in the lies. They voted for Trump, and now they are facing the consequences of their own action. Now they know that everything was a lie, and now they are regretting their votes. Throughout his campaign, he said that he was going to be targeting only criminals and whatever, sex offenders, and that he was not going to deport anybody else. But it was a lie. Now he's in the Oval Office, and he's just targeting everybody, brown people, Hispanics people. He doesn't care. Just going, picking them up, and you'll sending it back to their own country. So that's the cruel reality what's going on right now.
Dijo que iba a ir por todos los delincuentes que entraron ilegal.
Y lo pasamos de tener una puerta abierta completamente a cerrarla con 10 rojos.
Es un engaño masivo lo que hizo. Es un mentiroso. Está mucha gente enojada. No solo inmigrantes. Gente que...
There you go. She said it. He's a liar. He's a liar.
Vive aquí, que tiene generaciones y generaciones de estar en este país.
And the family said that it's very possible that it could end with Agustin being deported.
So here's a little more background on their son, Augustine. He was convicted in 2020 of infliction of injury and he was sentenced to 3 years probation. Now, that case was closed in 2023. Well, in February, Augustine was coming back from a trip abroad through Los Angeles International Airport where he was stopped by DHS. There, they confiscated his green card and Argentine passport and told him to report to Border Patrol in Raleigh, North Carolina, which is where he lives. He did report to the office, apparently on his own. There's no word of whether or not there was a lawyer with him. He was detained, and within 2 days, he was transferred to Stewart. This is a Stewart detention center, which can roughly hold about 1,700 people. And according to Augustine, when he talked to his parents, it is overcrowded in there. People are sleeping on the floor, and they're not getting the basic necessities. Now, what is happening to their son and to everyone under this administration is terrible. But this is frustrating because Latinos for Trump really thought they were going to be safe from his mass deportations. Now that Trump has come after your family, now you realize that he was a liar. Trump has always been a liar. We knew he was going to go after immigrants, specifically Latinos, regardless if they're criminals or not. I do wish more Latinos will wake up to the fact that Trump is a liar, but unfortunately, it seems like with these Trump supporters, they do not believe anything until it personally affects them. So if this happens to come across your FYP page and you happen to be a Trump supporter, just know that something like this is in your future. You are not safe from him. He does not care about anybody but himself.
A pro-Trump Cuban rapper is about to be deported, and he's been told by the administration that he has less than 30 days to pack his bags. The rapper's name is El Funky, and I'll read what he posted on Instagram just recently. He wrote, "I have 30 days to leave the country or I will be deported. I ask all my Cuban brothers who know my anti-communist trajectory and the congressmen of this country that more than ever, I need your support today." This article from Politico notes, El Funky fled Cuba to reside in Miami, and although he was previously championed by Cuban politicians Marco Rubio and Mario Diaz-Balart, the two have not spoken publicly on the rapper's behalf, but the possibility of deportation has not changed El Funky's stance on Trump, despite him not being able to legally vote. The rapper has previously stated, "If I could vote, I would have voted for Trump. He's the strongest president when it comes to Cuba." Earlier this month, U.S. immigration authorities denied El Funky's residency application under the 1966 Cuban Adjustment Act. And if he is indeed deported back to Cuba, he faces likely imprisonment there because his music helped fuel the largest anti-government protests in Cuba in decades. And despite that, let me remind you once again, he still supports Trump.
Just imagine this Cuban rapper. He said it. He was not a U.S. citizen. Even though he's going to face deportation, he said it, that he was going to vote for Trump. He would have been a United States citizen. He's facing the deportation, and he's still, saying that he will support Donald Trump. Florida, a lot of Cubans that live in Florida. I live in Florida too, and pretty much I would say 100% of Cubans, let's say 99% of Cubans, they voted for Trump. Latinos for Trump, they supported Trump, and now they are facing the cruel reality. What's going on? That even though they voted for Trump, they supported Trump. Trump, he doesn't care. He doesn't care. He's going after Cubans. He's going after, Venezuelan. He's going after, Haitian. He doesn't care. Pretty much, he doesn't like any Latinos. He's just trying to, make America white again. That should be his slogan now, because he doesn't like any Latinos, and that's why he's doing what he's doing. And he got, into the White House with lies, and now we are facing consequences.
So I'm coming for Latinos for Trump every day, every time. When I can, I'm doing it. Because the Republican budget plan just came out, And where's the no tax on tips? Not there. Where's the no tax on overtime? Not there. No tax on income. Not there either. You know what is there? Tax cut for the rich. Lowest there's ever been. But you bozos who kept screaming that he was going to do so much for the economy, that he was a businessman. He's a scammer. And we tried to tell you that he was not for you. Okay? So that just goes to show you, and I hope you're going to learn so many lessons. And they're going to be difficult ones. And we're not going to hold your hand while you learn them. All right? Te calmas o te calmo, like at 100. So you guys enjoy this. Have fun with that.
The Latinos for Trump, who are now starting to regret their vote, they are now experiencing a very painful lesson in good old-fashioned American history. It's a cautionary tale of, you're not as white as you think you are.
And so Latinos who voted for Trump because you have papers and you're safe and you're okay and you're good, let's not forget that the only reason that you have those papers is because at some point, someone in your bloodline came to this country illegally and got them.
So Latinos for Trump have finally spoken against him. It took y'all long enough. Actually, y'all should have did that shit before y'all even elected this man. Because I'm saying, yes, y'all helped elect this man. And now what's going on in Los Angeles is y'all fault. It is y'all fault. Y'all divided y'all vote. And you put this man in office. And what is he doing? He's going against people who are innocent. He's rounding up anybody and everybody that looks like your demographic. He don't give a fuck about warrants. Hell, I am so happy to see that y'all are out there, the ones that didn't vote for him, are out there fighting against these ICE agents and not allow them to take anybody. Now I'm going to say this. Y'all need to pay attention because they will deploy the National Guard if they get access to that shit. That is ICE agent director's initiative tonight, is to try to get the National Guard on the ground against everybody that is protesting these roundups against ICE agents. So, y'all in my prayers. That's all I can do. Y'all are in my prayers. But Latinos for Trump, y'all asses should be out there. This is y'all fault. This is partly y'all fault that your people are being rounded up like cattle and sent to places that some of them have never seen before. Get y'all asses out there. Don't do a call out on the damn internet or media. Go get on the ground.
So the leader the leader of Latinos for Trump, Cuban edition, Hector Luis Valdez Cocho. Yeah, he's been detained by ICE. I will vote for Donald Trump. The wildest part about this is Donald Trump was very clear that he's going after criminals. Even though we all know that that's a lie. We knew it was a lie when he said it. Did he think that they didn't mean him? May this level of delusion that made y'all trust and believe in this man and trust and believe that your proximity made you one of them never bind me.
Florida will be the downfall of Latinos and Hispanics every time. Florida is what I will vote for Donald Trump. Florida is the home of I will vote for Donald Trump. That's where they live. Vote for Donald Trump. The Florida Hispanics had a hit with that one. Y'all trash. Y'all trash. Trump trash. His wig is trash. All y'all are garbage. Okay? Y'all gonna be the downfall of the Latinos every motherfucking time. Florida Latinos, Hispanics from Florida. You cannot tell them that they are not Caucasian. Like it's really just ridiculous.
All right, guys. I live in Florida, and I don't agree with like this lady was saying at the end. You know, Latinos for Trump. I didn't support Trump, but like I was saying, you know, in one of the videos, the guy was saying that, you know, pretty much everybody was voting. They vote for, you know, no tax on overtime, no tax on tips, no tax on tips, but it's not included on the bill that he's gonna sign or he signed already. And everything was a lie, and we fell for that lie. Most of the people fell for that lie, and now we are paying the price. Even though if you didn't support Trump, we are in this together, and for 4 years we're gonna be in this together. And everybody is regretting the votes. You know, this Cuban guy that he supported Trump, and now he's facing deportation also because he supported Trump. But it is crazy what's going on, and he just breaking families apart. And he said he was going to go after criminals, but I will say 90%, maybe more, 95% of the people that they are getting detained and they are getting deported to El Salvador, some other countries, they are not criminals. They're just going after easy targets. They just go to Home Depot to get Hispanics people from Home Depot. You know, they just there trying to get some work to support their families, and they going inside restaurants to get hardworking people and get it out of there, and you know, deport them. They're not going after criminals. Absolutely not. So, like I said, we're in this together. Even though you didn't support Trump, we are in the same situation. We are in this mess together. So let's stay together. Don't forget to like and subscribe my video. Helps me a lot. And see you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.